I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
From characters that were supposed to die early to scenes that came out of pure coincidence. These are some of the most surprising curiosities about Breaking Bad. In the intro of the series, you can actually read the chemical formula for methamphetamine, C1015 Newton, along with the number 149.24, its molecular weight, and it was right in front of our eyes. Vince Gilligan became professionally captivated by Bryan Cranston after meeting him on The X-Files, where the actor appeared in a single episode. It wasn't the only epic cameo of famous actors in the series, but for Gilligan, it was enough to know Cranston was his guy. Still, he had to fight against the perception that Cranston could never detach himself from his role as the goofy dad in Malcolm in the Middle.
Everybody digs my scene.
I'm the grooviest dude who was ever grooved on.
I just love you boys so much. Who wants a hug?
Jesse Pinkman is to Breaking Bad almost what Walter White is. You simply can't understand the series without him. And yet, he was originally supposed to die in episode 9 of the first season. Luckily, the 2007 writers' strike halted production and left the season at just 7 episodes. That break gave Gilligan time to realize Jesse was gold and that his chemistry with Bryan Cranston was powerful enough to rival a tango.
$672,000
Each. Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on!
The legendary pizza on the roof scene at Walter White's garage? Bryan Cranston nailed it on the very first take. He was a pro, and this wasn't a cheap series. Each episode cost around $3 million. But clearly, it was one of AMC's best investments. The famous blue meth wasn't real meth at all. It was actually rock candy. After takes, the cast would sometimes use it to sweeten their coffee. One of the most shocking scenes was Gus in the lab, killing an assistant with a box cutter in front of Mike, Jesse, and Walt. That scene was shot 26 times to get the perfect effect. Wendy, the prostitute, was so convincing that during a break in filming, someone actually mistook her for a real sex worker and tried to hire her.
Now, say my name.
Walter White's menacing voice was all thanks to Bryan Cranston, who before fame had worked as a voice actor under the name Lee Stone, mostly in anime.
We're not done yet! You haven't seen anything! Get ready!
And that iconic Heisenberg hat? It wasn't originally part of the costume. Cranston wore it to protect his shaved head from the sun, but Gilligan noticed it gave him a threatening aura, and the rest is history. The pink teddy bear had to be designed from scratch for legal reasons, but it ended up becoming a television icon. Samuel L. Jackson was such a fan of the show that he even asked for a cameo as Nick Fury, but the producers turned him down. And even though AMC didn't want Cranston at first, Gilligan stood firm. It's him or nobody. Other options included John Cusack and Matthew Broderick, who both rejected the role. Ironically, neither Bryan Cranston nor Aaron Paul knew a thing about chemistry. The only cast member with real knowledge was Marius Stan, the owner of the car wash, who in real life was a chemistry professor. The series has 62 episodes, exactly the atomic number of samarium in the periodic table, an isotope used to treat lung cancer. The final episode's title, Felina, is a play on the chemical symbols for iron, lithium, and sodium, blood, meth, and tears. Walter White's house in Albuquerque became a tourist attraction, drawing up to 400 cars a day. And for Gus's unforgettable death scene, the team from The Walking Dead helped with the special effects. The lottery ticket with coordinates? In real life, it points to the Albuquerque studios. Originally, the show was supposed to be filmed in California, but shooting in New Mexico was much cheaper. Skylar became one of the most hated characters, even though the real villain was Walter. That was thanks to Anna Gunn, who built a character you could never forget.
My name is Skylar White, yo. My husband is Walter White, yo.
Before landing at AMC, the show was rejected by networks like FX, Showtime, and TNT. Initially, Hector Salamanca was meant to be the main villain in Season 3, but after seeing Giancarlo Esposito's performance as Gus, they knew he had to be the big bad.
Hello, and welcome to the Los Pollos Hermanos family. My name is Gustavo, but you can call me Gus.
Also, Los Pollos Hermanos wasn't real. It was actually a Twister's fast food joint. During one fight scene, Aaron Paul was accidentally hit and actually passed out. Dean Norris, Hank, wanted to leave the show at the start of the final season to do a comedy, but Gilligan convinced him to stay because he was vital to the story. In season 1, Walt cooking in the desert wearing only his underwear? That was Cranston's idea, to emphasize how pathetic the character was. Anna Gunn suffered from a medical condition treated with cortisone, which explained her weight changes over the seasons. Anthony Hopkins even wrote Bryan Cranston a letter praising his performance. Many actors on the show actually came from comedy, like Bob Odenkirk and Bill Burr. The term Breaking Bad is Southern slang for leaving the straight path and turning bad. Curiously, Jesse and Walter Jr. never share a single interaction throughout the series. Bob Odenkirk had already played a lawyer in How I Met Your Mother.
I have nothing left to give you, Darlene!
Before becoming Saul Goodman, a character so popular that he got his own spin-off, Better Call Saul.
Better call Saul!
Bryan Cranston confessed he cried filming Jane's death because it reminded him of his own daughter. Mark Margolis, Hector Salamanca, revealed his gestures were inspired by his mother-in-law, who could only communicate through facial expressions. And Betsy Brandt, Marie, was actually pregnant during season 2. Her real belly was used in Skyler's pregnancy scenes. The final song, Baby Blue by Badfinger, became popular again after playing in the series finale. The name Heisenberg comes from physicist Werner Heisenberg, creator of the uncertainty principle. There's even an alternate ending on DVD where Hal from Malcolm in the Middle wakes up from a nightmare, dreaming he was Walter White.
Honey, wake up, wake up, wake up.
For the love of criminy, what is it? What's the matter?
Oh, I just had the scariest dream.
I told you not to eat those deep-fried Twinkies.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand. I was his meth dealer.
Casting Jesse Pinkman was no less chaotic. Aaron Paul's audition was so raw and unpredictable that Vince Gilligan thought he might be too street for the role. Years later, he admitted Paul was the best mistake we ever made.
I mean, like, not at all.
Okay, I gotta go.
Wait, just hold on. Tell me why you're doing this.
There's a popular myth among Breaking Bad fans that one of its most intense moments was born out of pure improvisation. The crawl space scene where Walt collapses and bursts into maniacal laughter at the end of season 4, that wasn't in the script. Cranston improvised it, and Gilligan kept it, calling it one of the greatest scenes in the show. The real farewell to Walt was the episode Ozymandias, considered one of the greatest in television history. After filming it, Cranston got the series logo tattooed on his finger. Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul became business partners in real life, and in 2019, they launched their mezcal Dos Hombres, produced in Oaxaca, Mexico. Today, more than a decade after its ending, Breaking Bad is still regarded as one of the greatest shows ever made.